Hi. It's kind of like a general overview of the instructions for the Year 11 revision plan. Now, what I've got here is, it's kind of like the very first slide or very first PowerPoint. And what I just want to do is I want to go through the general instructions. And this kind of covers almost everything. Now, before you do anything, I want you to go to how to revise video. So it's a video that I've done that kind of gives you tips on how to revise, where to revise, and things to do while you actually do revise. It's about 15 minutes long, but it may well make a massive difference to your revision throughout the next few months. Then you go to open the video titled Session 1. And what you'll find on there is you'll find probably about 5 questions. And on those 5 questions, you then write out the question and the full answer in your revision exercise book. So you've got a green book for biology, you've got a red book for chemistry, and a blue book for physics. So I'll just repeat that. You write out the questions are only short, and then you do full answer, and you've got to use scientific terminology, you've got to make it so that it actually makes sense when you're actually writing it down. And kind of do yourself a little plan first. Right, because if you can get the structure of it right in these questions, then when you get to the exam, it's going to be a lot easier. Remind yourself of the facts of the knowledge test. So even though the session 1 stuff is kind of the compulsory stuff, all the other things that we've put on there are there to help you in as much ways as we possibly can. So if I would go through the knowledge test using the blank version. Right? There's a blank version where all it is a knowledge test, and it's just the facts. Write down your answers onto a piece of paper, not in your exercise book, because you don't want to fill those up. When you've gone through that and you've gone through all the blank knowledge tests, check your answers using the complete video, or you've got your paper version that's filled in that you've done in class. That is then knowledge. They are then all the facts that then you need to know. Also on there, and we're going to be doing these in class as well, are the required practical videos. What you've got to do is you've got to know the methods, the names, the variables, explain what you do in your results, tables, calculations, graphs, all those kind of different things. You must know the required practicals in detail, because I would guess that at least half of them are going to be on your exams in some sort of way. And it's kind of the point that if a question says investigate on your exam, it's pretty likely going to be something to do with the required practical, or they might just throw in little chunks all over the place. You've also got a revision guide. A revision guide is something that they can boost all the information that we are then providing for you. And then right at the very end, if you've gone through all this and you feel like a bit of a challenge, right, because what you want to do is you want to boost your grade even higher, there's something on there called Above and Beyond. And what they are is they're a series of probably about 10, 15 short questions. But what they are is they're questions that then they're designed to show understanding. Okay, so we're not expecting huge, great big reams of writing on it, right? The answers will be quite short, but they're kind of worded in a way that is a little bit difficult, right? They are then the above and beyond tasks. Write those answers again into your exercise book. And then we'll be doing a reward system for those people that are doing them. This is then obviously going to involve chocolate, because that's then the most important thing. Now this is then what your first kind of page of links will do. This here is the video that I want to watch first. Right? I want you to watch that first, 15 minutes. It's not part of the revision plan, but what it'll do, it'll probably help you not only with science revision, but with all the kind of revision. Session 1, what you do is you open it up, and that's then where your 5 questions are. The other links on here are then things that you can use if you want to, but I've got to admit I'd strongly recommend. This one here is the knowledge test for cell biology, and it's got all the questions on it. This one here has got the answers to all the knowledge test questions. In the cell biology, there are 2 required practicals. You need to know them, right? You must know these that are on here. And these on the end here are the above and beyond questions, right? For those people that actually want to boost the grade a little bit further. Now that's session 1, and most of them kind of look a little bit like that. Now this is the video that will appear for session number 1, right? And so what you've got is in the bottom right hand corner, you've got the person giving the instructions. And then what you do is you get questions that come up, you write out the questions into your appropriate revision book, and also with it there's quite a lot of keywords. Okay, so for this one there's 5 questions. Session 2, right, it kind of looks like all the others. So what you've got is you've got session 2, which has then got those series of questions on it. You've then got your knowledge test, which is the blank one, then you've got your answer one. You've also got in here some equations worked through. Okay, so you've got equation practice and you've got equations. So the equation practice here is the blank one, and the equation practice walkthrough is where all the answers are. And again at the end there is above and beyond questions. And again, most of this in here, right, it isn't compulsory, but if you want to do as well as you possibly can in science, you need to be linking into all of this. Then the third version, right, where all the others kind of look very, very similar, what you'll be doing in class, and this one is the first one, is session 8, you will do an exam paper in class itself. So you'll sit down, you'll be doing it in exam conditions. Then what you've got to do is when you've done that exam in class, you then need to go away and you need to mark it. Okay? When you mark it, there's a video at the bottom here, right, which is the walkthrough ones that have then got all the answers. And what it's got a member of staff talking through the logic of where each answer has come from. The natural thing to do is to go through the actual exam paper and say, oh, got that right, got that right, got that right. Oh, I got 39 marks out of 70. I feel really chuffed. All right. Yeah, that's fantastic. Those 39 marks there are absolutely brilliant. All right. But what about the 31 that you got wrong? What if something like that comes up on your exam? So the most important thing is to look at the questions that you got wrong and to look at where you lost marks. All right. So you then fill that in and then you mark it. Now we as teachers will then talk to you a little bit about what you've done, how you've done, and we can then answer questions about it, but the onus is on you to actually mark this and try and understand. And it's talking about the key skills. Now, the work you're going to do that's in your green, red and blue exercise books, right, will be checked. It'll be checked every single time, right, that there is a task that is then set, right? But I'll just tell you now, right, those session questions is the minimum, right? Ultimately, the more you do, the better it is going to be for you. And yes, there is quite a lot. And if you do this properly, there will actually be more than 45 minutes per session. Right, but at the end of the day, who's going to gain from it?